All right, now it's time for the hands and feet. Hands like this, see how sparkly they are? And fingernails, if you want them. All right. All right, anything I'm pressing down left. This is exactly what I'm pressing if I say stuff incorrectly or if I'm going too fast. All right, click the body, H, hides it up here. All right, Shift A cube. This is going to be our hand. Remember, numpad dot. Then you here. Make sure it's selected, object mode, edit mode. You can navigate through here or numpad. All right. S to scale, control to do the right measurements. Just G. Side view, S, X. I'll make it like, I don't know, kind of flat. A little too flat. Let's try that. All right. Yeah, faces, edges, vertices, do vertices. Control R. Okay, for our fingers. Oh, not yet, sorry. Click this, make sure it matches up correctly with your reference. See the pinky, the finger. Okay, now do it. If you do R, right click, puts in the middle. Okay, make sure it lines up with your reference. Regardless if it does or not, you want this natural curve going on like you normally hand. You can see it. Not too aggressively, but there. I guess that's maybe good enough. All right. Faces. Go to here, make sure this is individual origins. This. Oh yeah, it doesn't match up correctly. So even though it may match your reference art, your fingers are supposed to be to a degree. Your pinky's freaking nature, that can be smaller. That's close enough. Faces. Alt E. Extrude individual faces. All right, let's do right there. Okay, Z, the pie menu here. Or it can go up here. Just trying to make sure it matches. Scale it. If you are worried about your reference just getting in the way, you can go to here and extras. You can also right click, assign shortcut. See, now it's right there. All right, starting to get some fingers going. Now let's do the thumb right now. Add one in the middle. Okay, let's do right here. Make sure it kind of has this natural curve. This is how I do thumbs. There's many ways to do it. All right. Heat extrude. And go up here. There we go. See? So many ways to do it. Okay, select the whole thing. Get this natural curve. And we don't want it too flat. His hands are somewhat meaty. All right, let's add a reference. Just pretty much a sport. All right. Add another one. This would be our middle thing. Alt and clicks the whole thing. Nice look at your own thumb. You know, it's kind of hard to do the natural curve because it goes beneath the fingers. Also thicker than this. All right. Add more detail to that later. Now, when it comes to here, it can get quite tricky. It depends. Click here. Once that is clicked, we give all this stuff over here really useful information. X, delete faces, edge. This is how much we have. We have 10. That's not going to work because we're trying to connect it to 4. So what we're going to do is make some room. GG, put it down here. We're going to convert it for it to be smaller. All right. X vertex. See this? We are going to make it smaller. All right, the K button. So we have to convert this into this, and it cannot be too small. It cannot be 3s. You don't want 3s, you want 4s. See how it curves like that? If you do it, see now it can't go up because this doesn't know where to go. All right, K. See, now we're getting 4s. Now over here, add a loop cut. So now we have 4s everywhere. So now we have this natural flow. Now time for the other side. R. Doesn't have to be too much perfect. It just depends. Stop button. Let's do the same thing you did on the other side. All right. So now connect by 4s. Down here. Now we need to start with this down here. There's so many ways to do it. I am going to, I need a natural curve. So many ways of measurements. I do by 3s. Some people do by that. It just depends what you want. It's easy. We'll just do it like that. All right. And we also need to do one close up here. GG. S. Alt. Control. Like that. All right. Same thing with the thumb. No, first, just do it. All right. Wrench bar, add modifier, subdivision surface. Now we start to get a hand here. Add a 2, I guess. Say it looks hideous. We're not done yet. That's why. There's so much way to do everything. Extrude this. This is going to be the hand, but we're just seeing what we need for now. as X. See, it's supposed to be wider, still at an angle. If you look at your own hand, it dupes down a bit. Let's have this come out a little bit to make your palm thingy. Okay, let's focus down here for now. See, it's red known right there. A little bit of a curve. All right, as far as the side goes, you want this natural curve. Faces. Up here, click this, make sure it's to O. G, scroll up and down, depends on what you want, and just move it a little bit. Get that natural curve. R, rotate. All right, that's starting to look better. Thumbs are just weird. I'll just be honest with you. See, now that's looking a lot better. Fix up there, don't worry. Now, if you want fingernails, you add another loop right here. If you're really strict on polygons, skip this part. If you want it on Quest or on video games, you can fake it, but right here I want fingernails because I gorgeous. And my thumb is weird. See right here, shows what his fingernails are. Hate thumbs, like the hardest things to do. You have natural palm. Get to this right now. We have see natural palm going on. If you look at your own hand, hope you have hands. Add a comment down below if you don't. Okay, turn off this. See, move. See, that's looking better. It's always difficult. S Alt kind of does this like flowy thing. Just look at your own hand. Now this is a little long. If that what you reference calls for, but at the same time, you may want to go against the reference. It's just what looks cool to you. Look at your own hand. It's more. It's not that long. Mine isn't. What's going on? Just look like that. And that's what I like. Just everyone's different. It's following the reference. Well, I like that. Just follow the reference, go against reference, whatever looks cool to you. Two. Want that natural bump. First we have this natural thingy here. Edge like that. See, right click, smooth vortex. That's gonna smooth it down. That's what you want. Whatever looks cool. Click here, but I don't know if I want that aggressive. Just a couple. See? You can do the same for here if this is also too aggressive. So you click this up here. You can see what it looks like. It looks a lot better. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. All right. Fingernails. So many ways to do them. Turn this off. Look at your own thumb. It just kind of goes the other way when it comes like the fingernail. It's kind of flat. Blech, I hate thumbs. This. Okay, E. Right click, S to scale. Down and Alt S, just a tiny bit. Let's do a tiny bit more. Seems okay. Heat extrude. All right. No, can't do that up here because it's at a different angle. Then you just kind of like come out. But you don't want to do it. Scratch that. Do one at a time. Just depends how long you want them. I want them long. Add this. Now you're starting to get something. Yeah, it looked terrible. I know. All right, if you don't have that thingy, it's right here. Turn this off. You want closer, but not too close. And raise it up a bit. What that looks like. Hey, look, see, it's more flat. Just depends on what you want. Do it tiny bit. Good enough for me. Oh yeah. Right click, circle. Deface. All right, look at your own hand. It tempers more at the end. By S, Alt S. What do we want? Not quite. Push it in. All right, that's good enough for me. Looks gorgeous. Now time for the thumb. Thumb wars. Circle. Put it out this way. Just look at your own thumb. I also want this. Oh, thumbs are just thick overall, but you still want a little bit. Let's see. Looks good enough for me. Just natural curve in the hand. Now this is more like a cartoon, realistic meets anime, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You look online for a lot of anime style hands that are 3D. You look a lot more simplistic. What matters more to me is the outside. That's what people are going to see. Look at your hand, you see a slight curve in it. Inside that curve. Has some meat on it. Now beneath we want this, but above we want some more meat. Yeah, it just depends how you want it. I don't mind have more beef. Put this off to make fine tunes. I'm gonna be here until the cows come home. All right. Side view. Buckle these. You look at your pinky, there's a slight thing that pops out here. Here we go. So you can see stuff you can normally see. And once this natural curve, it acts really weird. All right. Just depends on what you want and follow the reference. All right, looks good enough for me. That's the hand. Yeah. Now it's on to the feet. All right, almost forgot. Edge loop all of these. edge select. All right, Control B. You want to add a little bit. All right, so that's when it's going to bend. That's what it needs. And you see how side view turns off this? It starts to have more of a natural curve going on. And it depends how much you want. So you could turn this off. See how you kind of bend it all once? That's if you want to. So smooth that. Just kind of move it a tiny bit. See, it gets this like natural thing. I don't want to do too much though. I'm just going to do a tiny bit. That's good enough for me. And the thumb, right? Thumb kind of doesn't really need one. Oh no, the thumb looks like a freaking nature. Fix that. All right, well, that's good enough for me. All right, you have a natural bend and everything.